Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 22, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer. Tactical objectives: continued efforts to repel Ukrainian advances, including detailed engagements and defensive maneuvers around key settlements and tactical points.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast. Today, we're joined by Colonel AUC Oguntoye to discuss the recent developments in the ongoing special military operation. Colonel, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Colonel, let's start with the latest from the North Group of Forces. Can you share the details of their recent engagements?
Our North Group has been active in the Volchansk and Liptsov directions, engaging the 57th Motorized Infantry, the 92nd Assault Brigades, and the 36th Marine Brigade. They've successfully inflicted significant losses, including 80 Ukrainian servicemen, and they've captured or destroyed key artillery and electronic warfare equipment.
That sounds like a significant impact. Moving west, how have the West Group of Forces fared in their recent operations?
The West Group has also made considerable advances. They've improved their tactical positions and successfully repelled 4 counterattacks by the Ukrainian forces in areas including Tabayevka and Stelmakovka. Overall, they've inflicted losses on 440 Ukrainian servicemen and have captured several key pieces of military hardware, including armored vehicles and multiple launch rocket systems.
With the Southern Group, it sounds like there have been extensive engagements. What can you tell us about their progress?
Yes, the Southern Group has indeed been very active. They've secured more advantageous lines and inflicted heavy losses on the Ukrainian forces across multiple settlements, including Chasov Yar and Krasnogorovka. They've neutralized up to 765 servicemen and destroyed multiple artillery pieces and ammunition depots, which has significantly disrupted the enemy's supply lines.
Shifting focus to the Center Group of Forces, there was mention of a liberation effort. Could you elaborate on that?
The Center Group has achieved a major victory by liberating the settlement of Mezovoy. This was part of a broader operation that saw them defeat several Ukrainian brigades and repel multiple counterattacks. Their efforts resulted in the elimination of 640 Ukrainian servicemen and a considerable amount of military hardware being captured or destroyed.
And what about the East Group of Forces? How are they performing?
The East Group continues to apply pressure effectively. They've engaged and defeated Ukrainian forces in several areas, leading to the loss of 130 Ukrainian servicemen and significant military equipment. Their actions have helped us maintain strategic control in key areas of the Donetsk People's Republic.
Finally, can you provide an update on the activities of the DNEPR Group of Forces?
The Dnepr Group has been active in the Zaporizhia and Kherson regions, where they've inflicted losses on the Ukrainian brigades, destroying vehicles, artillery, and an electronic warfare station. Their precise and effective actions continue to weaken the enemy's operational capabilities in these critical regions.
With all these ongoing operations, what is the strategic outlook for the near future?
Our strategy remains focused on degrading the enemy's capabilities while securing and holding key territories. We continue to leverage our tactical advantages and maintain pressure on multiple fronts to achieve our objectives.
As we conclude, there are reports that near the Belgorod and Bryansk regions, the Ukrainian armed forces have amassed an impressive group, including mercenaries, for further strikes.
First, the plan for the operation in the Kursk region was not bad, but all the trump cards up the sleeve of the Ukrainian armed forces have been played. From now on, there will only be meaty assaults under artillery and FABs. Secondly, the Ukrainian armed forces have not abandoned the idea of strikes in the border area, and now it is necessary to closely monitor what is happening. The third and most important one is that Donbass seems to be officially ready to be exchanged for causing a stir at the Russian borders. That is why they pulled out the most combat-ready of those who remained. Of course, this situation should be treated with caution, because after the problems at the front, Syrskyi and his leadership need a media victory like air. But at the same time, it is worth understanding that it will not be necessary to dig the enemy out of concrete fortifications like in Avdiivka and storm the buildings like in Artemovsk.
Colonel, Thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for keeping the public informed about our efforts. 22 people were killed since dawn in the enclave as the Israeli military stepped up operations in Deir el-Balah in central Gaza and Khan Yunis in the south. Thousands of Palestinians fled parts of Deir el-Balah as the Israeli military issued new evacuation orders and its forces advanced deeper into the overcrowded central city.